let's go on to the next one, and that is Let's Go Away for a While. Let's go away for a while. Are they going to prison? Are they going on holiday? Let's find out. Let's hear it. Okay. Let's Go Away for a Little While. I did not know where this album was going, and I am pleasantly surprised because the track literally does what it says on the tin. Let's go away for a little while. Just listen to the music. Listen to the instrumentation. Let the music breathe. Let the sonics breathe. And like one thing that I thought was really interesting is like in the beginning of the track, it kind of felt like I was listening to like elevator music. I was listening to music to pass the time. Just, okay, cool, here's something pleasant to listen to. And it just built, it got grand, the strings came in, it started to feel classical. But then also, it was like easy listening as well. It didn't feel like I was being forced to listen to something. And do you know sometimes when there's like no vocals, like I'm a big fan of like instrumentation music and just instrumentals in general. And for some people, especially, you know, shout out my generation, like we haven't got time to listen to tracks. Like nowadays tracks are like a minute long, 2 minutes long. And to listen to a bare track with no vocals sometimes can feel like it's going on forever. But this even felt short. Like I could have done more. I could have had a bit more of that. I appreciate that a lot. They went away for a little while, but I'm trying to hear what they sound like when they come back. So we are about to listen to Sloop John B. I don't know what that means, but we're about to listen to it. Let's do it.
We come on this Sloop John B, my grandfather and me, around Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night, got into a fight. Well, I feel so broken, I wanna go home. Hoist up the John B sail, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. Yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so constable had to come and take him away. Sheriff John Stone, why don't you leave me alone? Yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B, hoist up the John B. See how the mainsail, see how the mainsail. Call for the captain ashore and let me go home, let me go home. Wanna go home, let me go home. Hoist up the John B, hoist up the John B. Feel so broke up, I wanna go home, let me go home. The poor cook, he caught the fit, threw away all my grit, and then he took and he ate up all of my corn. Let me go home, why don't they let me go home? This is the worst trip I've ever been on. Hoist up the John B, hoist up the John B. See how the mainsail, see how the mainsail. Call for the captain ashore and let me go home, let me go home. Wanna go home, let me go home.
Sloop John B. Guys, this one right here, yeah, you're definitely gonna need to help me out with the lyrics, because I feel like I'm missing something. What I'm imagining, yeah, right now, and there was a couple bits and bobs that I couldn't really hear, but what I was able to take away from this is almost like being like stranded somewhere. You know, obviously it seemed like the overriding theme is I want to go home. I want to go home. I need to get out of here. I've got into a fight. Like I need to leave. Wherever I am, I ain't enjoying it. I'm not having fun here. But one thing I do want to say is that sound was kind of like the sound that I kind of imagined sonically from the album. That Americana, like almost like surfer vibes. Do you know what I mean? It's got that type of the sonics where what I kind of like expected, like going into this album, essentially. But yeah, give me a helping hand. Sloop John B. I need to understand that rhymed. I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. Let's go on to the next one. I know there's an answer. Well, I hope there's an answer. I hope this answers Sloop John B for me. If not, give me some sort of answer. Let's go.
I know so many people who think they can do it alone. They isolate their heads and stay in their safety zone. Now what can you tell them? And what can you say that would make them defensive? They're peaceful, but inside they're so uptight. They trip through the day and waste all their thoughts at night. Now how can I come up and tell them the way that they live could be better? Yeah.
I know there's an answer. I know there's an answer. But you know what? Yeah, sonically, I am absolutely amazed by this album because it goes to places I don't expect it. Like I thought, okay, cool, we're getting more surf vibes, we're getting more, Americana music, and then it switches into inquisitive crime investigation procedural zones. I don't know how to describe it, but like when I think it was like some sort of wood instrument, when that came out, I did not expect that. Um, I know there's an answer. Okay, cool. So like with this one, the way I'm reading it is, they talk a lot about people being in their shells and being uptight and stuff, and it seems like it's like like when you look at someone and you're like, listen, you are not living life to its full extent. You're living to an extent that you're comfortable with. How can you live like that? How can you do that? Like, I don't want to live my life like that. I don't want to live in like this small little bubble, in this small town, in this small cocoon, this shell. And I'm trying to figure out how you can do it because it sounds crazy to me. That's the way I'm taking it. But let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. The next song we're going to listen to is Here Today. Here Today. Because we here today listening to the Beach Boys. Let's go.
It starts with just a little glance now. Right away you're thinking about romance now. You know you ought to take it slower, but you just can't wait to get to know her. A brand new love affair is such a beautiful thing, but if you're not careful, think about the pain it can bring. It makes you feel so bad, it makes your heart feel sad, it makes your days go wrong, it makes your nights so long. You've got to keep in mind, love is here today and it's gone. Tomorrow is here and gone so fast. Right now you think that she's perfection, this time is really an exception. Well, I hate to be a downer, but I'm the guy she left before you found her. Well, I'm not saying you won't ever feel love with her, but I keep on remembering things like they were. She made me feel so bad, she made my heart feel sad, she made my days go wrong and made my nights so long. You got to keep in mind, love is here today and it's gone. Tomorrow is here and gone so fast. Love is here today and it's gone. Tomorrow is here and gone so fast. Love is here today and it's gone. Tomorrow is here and gone so fast.
Here Today. Okay, that song right there, the way I'm taking it, that sounds like, not to say it sounds like a bitter song, but it almost sounds like, like it sounds a bit sarcastic. It sounds like, oh, she made my night so long, like she essentially ruined my life. Like I'm not having fun, I'm not enjoying myself. And guess what love is here? Is this what love is? Is this what it's about? Is this what it's cracked up to be? Because I'm not enjoying it, and it's here today. I'm not feeling it. I'm not liking it. So I don't know if it's a sarcastic one or if it's a kind of like you need to live in the moment. You need to understand that at any point things can change. At any point, you're happy now, tomorrow you're sad. Do you know what I mean? And you just need to live in the moment, live here today, because love is here now, but it might not be here tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I'm taking it. So we're getting to our penultimate track, which is Pet Sounds. Okay, the namesake of the album. Let's get into that. Pet Sounds. Pet Sounds, our second instrumental track of the album. It's the second to last song. That one right there, yeah, like it's called Pet Sounds, and I feel like it's called Pet Sounds for a reason, because that felt like a theme song. It felt like the theme song to the album. Like we've got multiple genres in there. We've got this Americana surfer music. There's a bit of classical in there. It almost feels like we've got like a spy villain James Bond-esque soundtrack as well, mixed in all together. And it's just flowing perfectly. And also it almost feels like warm as well. It feels like you'd listen to this in the summertime. Like you'd listen to this in the summer, the sun is beating, you're by the beach. Like it's got that type of feel, that type of energy to it, that easygoing vibe. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the elements, like I said before. I'm enjoying the layering of the instrumentation of the album so far. I'm here for it. But let's get into our last song, Caroline No. Caroline is screaming no because she don't want to go. The album's about to end. But every good thing must come to an end. Let's hear it.
Where did your long hair go? Where is the girl I used to know? How could you lose that happy glow? Oh, Caroline, no. Who took It's so sad to watch a sweet thing die. Oh, Caroline, why could I ever find in you again the things that made me love you so much then? Could we ever bring them back once they have gone? Oh, Caroline, no.
Oh, an abrupt end. An abrupt end. Oh, Caroline, no. I felt like the album ended with like the same dreamy notes that we were getting throughout the album, but I feel like the vibe of which shifted. Like one thing that I've kind of like, for me, I've kind of like picked up on, or what I think I've picked up on is like this youthful feeling throughout the album, you know, this wishful thinking, you know, the youthful, you know, ignorance is bliss, that whole vibe throughout the album. But it kind of feels like when we get to this track, that penultimate track, it kind of feels like that's gone. Like you've opened your eyes now, you've seen the world for what it is, and you're screaming no. Like, why did you have to go? Why did things have to change? They were so good. Why have they changed? And maybe that's a metaphor for growing up. Maybe it's a metaphor for growing up and for, you know, realizing that things have to change and not all things remain the same. And you know, you grow out of things, and you've got to unfortunately mourn things and move forward. But let's talk about the album as a whole. Like, I did not expect this album, like in terms sonically, amazing. Sonically, like, to bear in mind, like, this album came out in the 60s. I'm so impressed sonically where it touched, like the layers, the genres, the feels, the vibes. Like, it's so I enjoyed it. And one thing that I liked is they were so intentional with their lyrics. Like, for example, on a track like Caroline No, super simple, super slow, but it made you feel sad. Do you know what I mean? It made you feel sad. It slowed it down. It had that ballad type of energy. And like on other songs, like Wouldn't It Be Nice, you know, there's way more words are being said. It's a way more optimistic, it's more upbeat. Like, they're so intentional with like the lyrics they use and the amount of words they use. I mean, it's an amazing. And the fact that we had 2 tracks that were straight instrumental in this is impressive as well. Like, yeah, I feel like the album for me is youthful. It's that youthful dreamer is how I would describe this album. And maybe that's what Pet Sounds mean. Like, simple thinking, simple living. Like, it's not too complicated, it's not too crazy, but it feels nice. Do you know what I mean? Let me know if I'm speaking a pipe dream, if this is a hot take that's cold. Let me know. It's been a pleasure. Please don't forget to comment, rate, and also please subscribe. There's going to be more of these videos, so please give me any suggestion you have. Give me more Beach Boys suggestions, because I'd love to listen to more of the music. But until then, adios, amigos.